Hey, welcome back to You Star Gaming. There's another game here that I've been actually playing for a little bit now, and I've really been enjoying it. Romancing Saga Re-Universe. It's actually a really fun game. It's in that similar vein as like Grand Summoners, Brave Frontier, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius. Um, Actually, this might actually have to download all the stuff. Let's see if it actually does quick enough. But while it's loading, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's one of those turn-based games where you have five heroes that you take and you complete the missions that way. And they each take turns going through one, two, or three stages usually with different enemies. The story is okay. It's not super amazing or deep, but it's okay. It's definitely worth a read, at least the first go around. Not too bad. It's not like Final Fantasy where their story is super engaging and a lot of detail and things like that. It does have that kind of artwork though, so it's a little bit more. I forget what they call that. It's like 8-bit or something like that. Graphics, which I don't mind. As long as the gameplay is really good and everything's interesting and the units are unique. And that's one of the big things about this game is that they have a lot of different heroes. Oh, as you can see here, I'm going to be clicking through a lot of these. They have a lot of sign-in, login bonuses every day, which is really nice. Game's only been out for, I think, just under a year. But, they like to give you a lot of goodies, which is really nice. Use those crystals to do summons. So even though they're giving you 50, 100, 500 at a time, they're definitely worth it. Because you will use them. They are very good about doing events regularly, which is really nice. Let's see what else. So there is one thing that this game does a little bit different. So Romancing Saga is a game, like a cluster of games that's actually been out since about '92. A lot of the games did not make it to the U.S. market, but in Asia, they're pretty well known. They have a pretty good following, and they're usually slightly larger games. This is one of the few mobile versions that they have, so they took a lot of the stuff from the main games and put it in mobile. But one of the things that makes this game very different from a lot of other games is in the hero collecting, you actually collect styles, which is almost like another version of the character, almost like a parallel version, parallel universe or something like that. There might be one unit, which I'm actually going to show you here. Let me go to edit and go to styles. So you will collect a lot of characters in this game. And there's not too many that you're going to throw away. The game, and I'll explain really briefly how this works. So if you see up here, let's see. I'm trying to find one that has multiple. So you see Gerard on the top right. He's a double S. So double S is the highest, then it goes S, and then down here it goes down to A. So there's three different tiers. But you can have multiples depending on, if there's events or whatever. So you can actually see three Gerards on the screen. There's one all the way up here. There's one here on the top left. And then there is another one, where is it? Right here, the S right here. So what that means, it's the same character, but it's three different versions of them. The S version is not as rare as the double S, but it's still useful. If you look at all three of these, they all have the sword, so they are all sword attackers, which is fine. Let me click into this one. So you see his CP is basically like his level almost, and then Artful Slash, Mirage Blade, and Doppel Slasher he has there. So now I'm going to click on the other one down here, the S version. He has Brusque Slice, Wildfire, and Prism Blade. So it's the same character, but it's a different version of him. So this one has three different special skills, basically. So that's the cool thing about the game. You start out, nobody has any special skills. They just have like a regular attack, maybe a second regular attack, and that's it. And as you play the game, they actually learn those other skills as they become stronger. The cool thing though is if you have three versions of the same character, anytime you use them and you want to level up, you can level up any one of them. So I can actually go with the S version Gerard, do a bunch of levels because he's going to level up faster because he's a lower character, and use his experience points that you acquire for him to level up this guy up here, and vice versa. Not only that, as you get further and you level up your character further, you can actually learn a skill from one of the other styles. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but basically, if you have three different Gerards, and let's say this one I think has different abilities, vacuum slash double cut whirlwind. So they're all different, right? Whichever one that I favor, whichever one I'm using the most, um, let me see if I can show you. Oh no, I won't show you on the screen. Let's go back to my edit parties. And let's see if he's in here. Let me close this. So there's Gerard right here. And I'm going to click the little sword, the red sword right there. And this is just giving me stuff because I don't use my tablet too much. But see on the bottom here, these are the three skills that you can use from the other versions. So they all have to be a certain level, and the main version that you're using obviously has to be a high enough level to be able to do that. But I can steal one of these special skills from one of the other characters. So see how down here it says Doppel Slasher has an E? That means it's equipped. So now I have Double Cut, Whirlwind, Vacuum Slash, and Doppel Slasher, which I can do. Oh yeah, right. Later you can always improve these stats too. So it's really cool. So you have 5 characters that you'll take with you. You definitely want to give them equipment. So you can see the little icon under Amelia here on the. It's like a gun. Gerard has a sword. Gustafsson has a different kind of sword. Sophia has like a mallet, hammer. I don't know what you call that thing. I think it's supposed to be a staff because she's a healer. And then there's Hector with another sword. They also have they're all different colors too, and it kind of has that that color system too. Let me close this. So they all are different colors. All right, but they have a lot of attributes. That's the thing too, is that you want to pay attention to the attributes. Where is it over here? Hold on. So these are all the attributes that you have. So you have HP, which is their hit points. Their BP is their battle points. When you start the game, they all have 20. So when you start a battle, you have 20 battle points. And all those attacks, special skills, things like that, cost a certain amount of battle points. So you can only spend what you have. After every turn, they recover 3 at a time. So you do have to manage, like a little bit of manage what skills you're going to be using at the right time. The special skills and the more damaging ones are going to cost a lot more. So you have to be able to manage your battle points. On the right side, you have strength, endurance, dexterity, agility, intelligence, will, love, and CHA is, I think, I'm not sure what that stands for. But this explains what each one of these things do. Now, another cool thing about this is each style of the same character has different specialties. So this version, his dexterity and his agility are the two things that as he gains experience and as he fights and learns more, those are the stats that are going to move. They're going to move up, the higher likelihood to move up at a faster rate than any of the other ones. Now, if I go down to this Gerard, you'll see his endurance and his love are the two that are going to level up. So let's see, endurance 29. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, so they're all different, which is really cool. So even though SS is the most rare, they're usually the most powerful. They're usually the version that's going to have the most capability and functionality for you. It doesn't mean that that's the best character for you to use because they all excel in different things. So the game kind of makes you want to level up every single version of the characters that you're going to use the most, which is awesome. So it's not a game where you're going to say, okay, what are the best 20 characters in the game? Let me try to get like 5, 10 of them and just level them up. That's not the case. Like, you really want to level up every single version of them and then find whatever special skill is the most useful and use that. And then if you go to another battle and you're like, you know what, this special skill doesn't work against this enemy, you can take it from one of the other styles, which is awesome. So you could have like a favorite unit and keep changing the inherited skill, which is super awesome. They do a lot of events all the time, which is really fun. I'll show you over here. Another thing that's cool is in the dojo. This is where you would train some stuff or level up, things like that. I'm going to go to expeditions. Expeditions is awesome. I'm skipping through this, but I am going to explain what it does. There's various difficulties of expeditions. So there's the caves, then there's the sewers, and then there's Westos Forest. And then I have to complete more of the game to get all the way here. Because this game's only a year old or less than a year old, they're adding content all the time. If you watch a lot of videos on YouTube now, you'll notice that they only have Eastern Plain, and some of the videos only have the jungle, because they only had up to chapter 4 for a little while, and then up to chapter 6, and now they've gone all the way down here. Just crazy. So there's a lot of content, which is super fun. But let's go to Westos Forest. So this one is a 6-hour expedition. You want to send your people that are most useful, and then once they kind of hit their limit, because there is kind of like a cutoff where you can't really go further unless you unlock the capability of leveling them up even more. So when you get to that point, you don't want to send them on an expedition because they're not going to gain experience. So it's a waste of time. So maybe take your team B, your backup team. It could be another version of the same character, another style, or some other styles that you just want to level up, but you know you're probably not going to take them into battle yet because they're not strong enough. You can put them here. So you could take all 5 of them. I'm going to click it here. I already have these guys here. Big thing to notice is if you see the little yellow sparkles going on them, that means that they do have access to get more level ups. So if you ever stop seeing that, or if you start seeing like a little black thing over them, that means that they're not going to level up at all. So these guys can level up. So even though you have these people on expedition, you can still take them out and fight battles and stuff like that. It does not interfere with that. When you start the game, they give you a ton of instant expedition tickets. So I'm going to hit return instantly. And it says that I have 60 of these ones over here, the tickets. And you're going to get a lot of these just playing the game. So the more you play the game, there's certain levels and there's certain events that will give you them. And I think it's awesome that a lot of them are limited time, so it actually encourages you to come back and play the game. But you will get a ton. So recommendation is to spend them. You will replenish them very quickly. Don't worry about spending them. Like I had 0, I think, yesterday, because I used all the limited time ones, and now I have another 50 because I played a bunch of levels this morning. So I'm gonna bring them back one more time. Most of the time you will get the coins, but sometimes you'll get the equipment. So once you start leveling up a bunch, that's when you really want to start focusing on the equipment. You want to be able to put S. A is fine at the beginning because you don't have too many options, but you do want to start putting a lot of S equipment on people, and it'll really help. And like I said, you're going to get so much equipment in this game that you'll be fine. You'll easily be able to put equipment on everybody that you have, no problem. But you do want to be aware, or that you do need to start leveling those up, and you can level up any and all of your equipment. So there is a way to do that, just like in most games like this. Training, okay, that's fine. Then you have down here, you have the forge. Combining materials, you can do that. Sell equipment, evolve equipment, enhance equipment. There's just so much stuff you can do. So if you get something good and you have tons of duplicates, if you can afford it, level up. Like you can see my gold up here. I mean, I just accumulated. I don't really spend any gold for much of anything. So that's fine. Let's see. Actually, let me see if there's anybody I can level up. There should be. Enhanced styles is how you level up your characters. And they will sit on their XP until you spend it. So it's not like they level up and they gain all this XP and then it's gone. Like they still keep it. So anytime you're looking at your styles here, look at the ones that have the red dot. That means that they can do something. So I have that Robin over there. This is another Robin fake. So see on the bottom here, it says to next level is 140 experience. And I have 140, so I might be able to level up a couple times. You just hold it down and it just goes up. You'll see all the attributes on the bottom go up, and any of the bonuses you'll see there too. And this tells you your percentage of, what's it called? Of what the improvement is on each, the percentage of improvement possibility per category. And they're always percentages, which is nice. So that's how simple that is. I'm gonna go over here to the campaign. You click quests, and then go to the story, which is main right here. I'm just gonna go back here. Some of these are pretty tough. You see your little characters up there. Definitely want to do up to chapter 4 in easy mode, and then go all the way back and start doing hard mode. And I haven't beat too many in very hard mode because they do get pretty tricky. So I'll play this one in hard mode. Let's see if one's 3, 2, 4. Okay, so there's 3 stages, and that I think that, oh no, sorry, I was reading it funny. Let me click this one here. Oh, he's tough. Same thing here. You can see they're all shining, which means they can still level up. The one on the far right isn't going to level up too much, but that's okay. So we can start this fight. I'm going to put it on auto just so you can kind of see how it works. Full auto. Actually, you know what? I'll take it off auto. So if I take it off auto, these are the different skills down here. 1, 2, 3. Technically, they have 4. And then the BP is 20, but you can spend 12 right now if you wanted to. And then you can target whichever unit you want. And then so you select all of these before you start. So I'll do the double cut. And do the normal attack. And then they're all going to do their moves. See his strength went up, it looked like there. So now they're going to the second enemy. So I'm actually going to do, oh, on the top here it tells you what they're strong against on the top. So they're strong, and then what they're weak against. So it looks like they're weak against ice, but I don't think I have any ice units. I'm going to do full power auto just so you can see some of their cool moves that they can do. So they did Whirlwind, did a ton of damage. Sweet Trap, boom. That's crazy, 4,000 damage. Then they can do combos, which is really cool. The one on the top there is Sophia, and she's a healer, but she can do some damage too, for sure. And then this is the boss here, Yami. So that person ranked up. Skills may rank up. It's awesome. The love went up. That person's strength went up. Bear Crush. Oof, that's not good. This is going to be a tough one. When Overdrive reaches max, you can unleash a combo with up to 5 characters. And it gives you extra damage. And they'll be lit up when you're selecting them. And then they'll look like that. They'll have the little, I don't know what that is, the yellow kind of thing shining on them. when they're in overdrive mode. Bounce shot. I like her because she hits hard. Ugh, another contrasonic. Smash. Good damage. Bone Crusher. Are more effective against certain kinds of enemies. It's true. So I would say that the fighting is not that difficult. See, oh, she just healed somebody, and she can actually revive people. So she's a must. You should definitely pick her up, and she's a free player that you get just by playing the story. She's one of the best healers in the game, which is really nice. I really like her. I've been leveling her up to make her shot stronger. So we did pretty good. Nobody died. I mean, the person passed out there, but they were revived. And this, after, at the end of the battle, your carrot's attributes may increase. So that's when you see them increase. Which is awesome. But they can learn new skills during the battle. Participate in the battle to earn style enhancement EXP. Use them at the dojo to level up your styles, which we already went over before. So current EXP, 14,900. Oh, wow. That's Amelia. Oh, wow. Actually, I don't want to go to the next battle, but let me go back out this way. I just want to see if I can level up Amelia. I might not be able to. Yeah, see how the little dot's not there? That means that her enhancement limit has been reached. So what I'm going to do is unlock style level cap. This is how you can go beyond. I think she's at her cap. So you can collect style pieces to unlock them. There's also other tokens that you can do. So Amelia is red, so that means that I could do something there. So there's all these pieces over here. I think it's only going to let me, yeah, it's only going to let me level her up one time. And then on the left side is if I collected her specific pieces, I'd be able to max her limit. So I'll do that. So that means she can go to level 40. So I'll do that. So there will come a point where you're going to get stuck, where you're not going to be able to get any more of those pieces to level her up further. And you're going to say to yourself, then what the heck's the point, right? That is when you go and grab her other style. I don't know if I have another Amelia, but that's when, oh, there's Amelia right here. So that's when you would grab another Amelia. So this one I can level up if I wanted to. And just use her and level her up all the way. Because as you level her up, you're going to get those, you're going to win those little pieces too. So yeah, so you will get stuck with the double S's. They require a lot more to level up than the other styles. Actually, I didn't even notice I had this Amelia. She looks pretty badass too. That's really cool. I might start using her then, because she's also a double S. Really cool. So yeah, so I don't know if you were able to understand all the stuff that I said, because I know it was a lot. It is very similar to a lot of other games out there that are like 5 against 5, or you bring your little troops and then you go and fight. What I do like about this game is that it's fairly new. So they're still adding a lot of content. They're still tweaking a lot of their events. So see, they had these things, but it's bronze, so this will help me rank up and I have 382. That's awesome. So if I had A level units, I can use those to level them up. So obviously the A level pieces are going to be easier to get than the higher level ones. But work with what you have, you know. If you can't level up your SS anymore, why take them out to battle and stuff like that? Take somebody else that you can like work and grow and get bigger, because maybe your S unit actually becomes more useful and more relevant. You never know. But they're super good with rewards. Oh, one more thing. I just wanted to show you the quest over here. So they have an event going right now. This one's a really good one where you can win specific, I don't know, you call them like tokens or whatever. And then you can sell them to get specific prizes, which is really nice. They have towers. There's all these different towers, which are actually nice little stories as well. where you can win these characters if you do extremely well. Then you have the shrine, which I only started working a little bit. It's a little bit of a storyline, and then I got stuck on that one because it got hard. And then there's different attacks, which I have not done yet. Like I said, this game's so new that they keep adding such cool new things. Then they have dailies. A lot of these are pretty difficult too. And then they have different challenges. Now for these are actually really nice because you can win a lot of equipment in these. So it's very, very good to do the, I'm going to have to do these later on, the mining caves. But if you can see that these cost, what are those things called? Little scrolls. They cost scrolls, so you can't do them indefinitely. But I think when you win these, they give you more scrolls. I think I've not done these yet, but this is something I'm gonna have to work on because I definitely want to get some really high level equipment. Like that's really good. Doesn't say how many I need though. One, I don't know. But either way, there's a lot to this game. It's very easy to play. You can definitely do the easier levels on auto just to kind of get a feel for how everybody fights. But the harder bosses, and have come across some very difficult ones, you definitely want to play in manual mode. It's so much better, and it's not super complex. You usually only have up to 5 different skills, so it's not overwhelming. And then you start learning your characters and have fun. You do get a free summon every single day, and I think that's how I'm going to end the video. I'm going to do one of the free summons. There are paid gems and free gems. I'm not going to pay anything in this game. Maybe down the road I will at some point, but you can still get really good characters just from the free summons. You see there's a bunch of different ones. Paid jewels only. Where did it go? I could actually do this one. Did not see this one. And look, I already have 86 of these, so I can do a 10 time summon. So we're going to do a 10 time summon of this one because I've not summoned this one yet. Sophia's really good. Sif is good too. That little person running around means you're going to get one pretty good hero at least. If this thing completely explodes, that means you're definitely getting a SS character. Awesome. So I'm probably getting one SS character, which is really cool. And there it is. If you ever see a little thing like this, it means you're getting an SS character. Hopefully it's a new one. Please, please, please. Will. Oh, cool. So I have 2 other versions of Will. So this will be cool. We'll see if that version is good. Undine. Cool, cool. Victor. I think I have 2 or 3 different versions. Which is so cool about this game. Definitely there's some characters that are way better than other characters. But that doesn't mean that all the characters are useless. Definitely not. If you have like 3 versions of Nora, there's got to be one of them that's actually situationally really good. That's why it's super exciting. Like it might not even be the SS version. It might be the A version that's like, oh, this one's like a tank versus the other ones are attacking, and you really need a good tank. Wait a second, I think I'm getting another one. Ooh, nice. Who's this? Hector. So I already have Hector. But if you get a duplicate of your character, like the exact same character, that's another way that you can increase their level. Instead of, I think we saw it before when we were trying to get him a little higher up. That was the other thing, is having a duplicate, which is really nice. So getting duplicates is not a bad thing. They're useful. Duplicates allow you to increase the max level of the character. So not bad. But I'm very curious about that first guy there. He might be pretty good. Nice. And see how all the other ones turned into the little puzzle pieces. So if you ever get duplicates, they automatically turn into pieces. And then you can use them only for them to level them up, which is super useful. So I don't know. I'm really enjoying this game. I think it does a lot of things really well. It does a couple things that are very different and unique from other games. I don't mind the art style. I think it works really well. I don't know if you guys are playing it because it's still pretty fresh. I definitely I recommend this game for sure. It's a very fun game. There's enough strategy and enough like team building there to be fun. It's not overly complex because I know some games do get a little bit overly complex with that stuff. The auto is fun. The different stages are fun. The special effects are really cool when they do their special skills. And it's a game that encourages you to play with a lot of different units. I've seen some of the other guys on YouTube have like 5 or 6 different teams, and they all try to make sure that they're all very similar in level, but they're all useful for different things. You will find some bosses that are susceptible to certain things, and others are not. So you really cannot play the whole game with just the same 5 characters. I mean, you could try, but you'll come across some bosses that are, you're going to be weak to whatever they do, and yeah, it's not going to work. So if you like this type of game, definitely give it a shot. Really fun game. They're still adding a lot more content. They did a conquest here, which is really cool. And I'll try to put some more videos out on this because it is super fun and there's so much to go over. There are other YouTube channels that go over it in pretty good detail, but I'm going to keep playing it because I'm still really enjoying it, and see if I can get my party CP level around 20,000 and really start doing some serious damage. So thanks for watching. Please leave your comment or let me know if you're playing. And then let me click this one more time. I think this will be coming at some point soon as well, which will be really exciting. But yeah, thanks for watching. And if you're playing, like, let me know. Thank you.